So, Marco Fu breaks off the second session for hoping to reduce that deficit straight away. Get off to a good start here. Struggled a little bit in the first session. Against this young player, Lyu Haotian. He's only 14, Alan, when he won the World Under-21 Championships. Incredible. Plays at the Victoria Academy here in Sheffield. Great shot.
Well, I don't know whether you have seen a lot of him, Alan.
I haven't seen that much of him on the circuit.
Yeah, I've seen quite a bit of him actually. I was in the box a couple of times when he played in the UK back in before Christmas and New Year there. Yeah, in fact, as you rightly say, World Under-21 champion at the age of 14. Also, when he was 14, he got to the quarter-finals of a full professional ranking event. Amazing to think that that's even possible. He did actually fall off the tour a couple of years later. And I remember hearing around that time that, and this will also sound a bit silly to say, but he was almost thinking about retiring, and he was only, what, 17 at the time. It's always difficult for the younger, you know, coming from such a far away, obviously coming from China. He's the 9th player, actually, 9th Chinese player to play at the Crucible. Just actually looking at him, Ken, he's taking a bit of a stretch. You know, I remember he was like quite a small guy, but he's taken a stretch the last year or two.
5.
Didn't want that little kiss on the blue because it's a bit straight. He doesn't have the angle on the blue to get in and out of ball, come back down for the couple of reds around the black spot area. He's played that well. Excellent shot. He's on the red above the black, but it's the red above that at the bottom of the pack that goes as well, and he can just drop that in and be on the black. He's absolutely perfect. Great shot on the green. Oh, he's got a heavy contact there.
9.
You just saw the cue ball stop in its tracks, and you could hear the little sound. Have a look at this. Still okay. You can put the black and play for the red to the left of the black spot, the one just above it. Judge that nicely. Yeah, he plays up in the Victoria Academy here in Sheffield, and there's quite a few Chinese professionals up there, so he's getting great practice and great experience all the time.
17.
I think it's also very important, you know, when you come from a far-off land, that you have other professionals from your homeland that you can still be with and mix with, and it sort of helps with the homesickness
24.
as well. But he's certainly improved no end over this last couple of seasons.
Yes, actually it's a bit like
25.
when we were making our way in the game, isn't it? When you play in the club, there was any number of young players on a daily basis you're competing against. Lyu Haotian has that luxury, as you say, just up the road in the academy. I think I'm right in saying there's now 19 professionals from China on the tour this season, and there's more on the way. You know that. It's another good cannon, but as he just slipped past it, an anxious look to see if he's on it. Body language tells us no.
32.
Yeah, I don't think he's on this. Trying to convince himself, but just the safety. But he's in a very strong position in this match, and Marco Fu is would say is a bit undercooked. He's
Lyu
not played
Haotian, 32.
a proper match since the Masters back in January. And even then, he lost 6-0 to Ronnie O'Sullivan. He only scored 35 points in that match, so he's really not played this year.
Yeah. And of course, he's been suffering with his eyes, had laser eye surgery, and I was just speaking to him just before this World Championship, and he was saying that he was still having problems. He's not fully sorted out. He has sort of little floaters in his left eye, and that must be very off-putting. So he's been a bit unfortunate over the last little while, but hopefully that will repair itself. He's been a great ambassador, Marco Fu, for the game, indeed for his home country, Hong Kong. And I'm sure, like, probably a hero to the young boy that he's playing. Ding Junhui, of course, would be a big inspiration to this young Lyu Haotian, but Marco Fu has been around a lot longer than Ding Junhui, so I'm sure he would have inspired a lot of the Chinese boys as well.
Yeah, just on the trouble that he's had with his eyes, I think part of the problem as a snooker player, you can't replicate these conditions. That, you know, you can almost test it out. You just can't do that. He's very much playing on a wing and a prayer in some ways, Marco Fu. One thing you do know, he'll give it his all. Knows the game. Brilliant player he is. And he'll have one or two tricks up his sleeve this evening, no doubt about that. But he's going to have to keep the youngster at bay.
He's very close to that. Blackie's got to be careful, particularly on the follow through. Well, they played it well.
Well,
Actually played it too well. Got into the cue ball too much. Maybe a little line down towards these reds and the black spot. Yeah, you could possibly pot the yellow and send the cue ball off the ball cushion around by the green, miss the blue, and then down for this red just to the right of the black spot.
Lyu Haotian, 1.
Yeah, as is normal, just watching this, when you miss the pot, the cue ball goes in a different path, doesn't it? So, once again, he's been a tad fortunate. Not left Marco certainly nothing to go at as far as potting it, and it'd be difficult to play an attacking safety shot.
Well, he's having a look at the two reds just below the pink spot. Are they a plant into this bottom left-hand corner pocket? Are they in line? And do they pass the black? No, I don't think so. I think if the black hadn't have been there, there may have been a possibility of could have made a plant. Safety could have been a bit better. Anytime you don't get onto that ball cushion, you know, there's always a chance your opponent can knock one of these long reds in, and there's plenty there should he pot the red and get on the black. quite sure why Marco wanted to screw the cue ball back. He probably would have been better off just trying to pot the red and just leave the cue ball where the red was. Makes the pot a bit easier.
One. So Lyu Haotian just had a quick look at the red. That's near the black spot. The black will be tied up, but
when he puts this, he can get onto the, after the red, get onto the pink. There's plenty there to go by. And of course, he's already got a healthy 41-point lead, so you'd have to expect him to win the frame from this position.
9.
I think there's also an element of Lyu Haotian that where part of his psyche he'll be thinking he's actually fortunate to be here in the second of 3 qualifying rounds last week down in the Institute of Sport. He was actually 9-5 behind to Martin O'Donnell and came through.
50.
Backs to the wall, and probably as at one stage he would have been thinking the Crucible looked a long, long way off, but here he is, control of this match, and
60.
well in the first session, finished off strongly with a 187. And this, like most of the younger players these days, this is where they do the best work. And then amongst the pink and black spots, scores very heavily with young Lyu.
$23.
He's just coming a little straight on the pink. He's 56 ahead. Pink will be 62 with 67 remaining, so just one more red after this pink. And it's quite an impressive performance. No matter who you're playing, be 9-5 down and qualifying
29.
this World Championship and come through 10-9. It takes a lot of confidence and concentration, and also bottle.
30. Well, as you can, please.
From first impressions, he looks very composed and very cool. He doesn't look
36.
at all nervous.
37.
Looks like he's got a good, solid all-round game.
$43. 44.
Born in 1997, the year I won the World Championship, Alan. That makes me feel really old, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking a minute ago, Marco Fu used to be the youngster out there. It doesn't seem very long ago, does it? Marco was the whippersnapper. Today he's facing one.
50. Chance 50.
well, you won't be bothered about missing the red. Nice break of 50 from Lyu Haotian, and
He now extends his lead over Marco Fu. 7 frames to 3. And there was one shot there, and it was Marco Fu shot, Alan, and I don't know what you would feel about this, but if we go down as he hits the ball here, he's trying to screw the cue ball back, but why not just leave the cue ball where it was? But when you're trying to screw it back, it makes the pot so much more difficult. And particularly with his cue was sort of up in the air, you know, just after impact, which was never very good, of course.
Yeah, he's not known as a power player, and as you say, if he stuns the cue ball dead, he's guaranteed on the black, providing, of course, he pots it. But here it is again.
Yeah.
You know,
And
stun
what's
the
his
cue
cue?
ball
Yeah,
dead.
just go on, you talk us through it.
Yeah, the cues come off the bridge hand, as we say. He's not a typical power player. It's probably just lack of match confidence, almost, you know, where you think other top players, Higgins or Sullivan, you know, I know they're the best players in the world, but if you were playing them, you know that they would just try and punch it in dead weight, you know, a dead cue ball. Makes the pot about 5 times easier, I think.
Of course, yeah.
And rather than the way he did play it.
And of course, that particular shot cost him the frame.
Yeah, as I said before, match sharpness plays a big part. Marco Foot.
Thank you. Frame 11. Lyu Haotian to break.
As far as settling into this decisive session tonight, Lyu Haotian will be settled very nicely. Marco Foot not really had his hand on the table yet to get anything going. It's going to be interesting to see what sort of style he plays. His back's to the wall. It's not quite at crisis point just yet. But has he reached the stage where he thinks he's just going to have to open the shoulders and just start being aggressive?
Foul. Lyu Haotian, 4.
Yeah, the brown disappearing makes no material difference apart from the 4 points. So. But yeah, it's the red again. It wasn't really close, was it? So definitely lacking sharpness, Marco Foot. Yeah, the fluke is bad enough for Marco, but the kiss in the yellow to leave a half ball green and the ideal angle to get down in amongst the reds and just rub salt in the winds. I wonder if he might risk a cannon on the reds just above the black spot. You know, he's played on a loose one. Actually quite a clever way of playing it. He's a chance of being on 3 or 4 different reds. And if he's on the one just to the left of the black spot, he could be in business. Not quite on that one.
5.
Well, he's certainly on the pink into the right centre. He's had a quick look to see if he's on the black. I think he may be as well. And if he can hold for a red into the left corner pocket and try and open up the black for there, that would be ideal. Doesn't fancy the black at this time. Just prefer it to be straight, so pink into the right centre. The reds are nicely lined up here, Alan, aren't they? I mean, he could just play a series of little stuns and soft screws in around the pink spot here.
12.
Yeah, that looked like a nothing shot, but just off straight top side here, and he really is in business. He may even screw into those two reds. Yeah, clever, good shot. He's a wee bit congested that left side of the pink spot, but now he's got them right where he wants them.
18.
No need to even bother with the black for the time being.
19.
Yeah, probably thinking a few shots ahead now. He's just having a look at the two reds left of the pink spot that are close together. I'm sure at least one of those goes into the right middle.
25.
May try and get on the black here. No, probably not. Thought it was a little bit straighter. There you see him having a look. Actually, both reds pot into the right centre.
26.
If he's got a nice angle on the pink here, he can just stun across behind those two reds and have either of them into the right centre pocket. It may be a little bit straight on this pink, but he's still in a very good position. I think he's underhit that there.
32.
I think he wanted those two reds into the bottom right-hand corner pocket.
Yeah, just a mini mistake almost. You say, even playing the cannon on it, the cannon, the white was just going to flick off the left side of it and left them perfect. So medicine time, just settling for wrong side of this pink.
33.
Come across the table a couple of times for choice of three reds. Just want to make sure the white makes the journey playing this. It's easy to underhit that shot, but he's played it two cushions, which meant it was impossible to be short. That was clever again. They learn quick, these
39.
young players these days.
Play this in with a little bit of screw while he's playing it with top, so back up for blue or pink. No.
Lyu Haotian, 39.
39 break, but I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, it was going back to that pink into the middle. Three shots before then. That's where the mistake was. Now Marco's got a shot to nothing. Could be doing with knocking one of these in and quickly, but again, that's a wide. Player of Marco's quality. Just can't get anything going at all. He's only really, I'm looking at his stats in this match, he's had one break over 40, albeit it was 102, but nothing else to speak of. He's definitely struggling.
Yeah, it was the margin of how far wide that chance was, and there you see it, 356 points without reply. You could play this in such a way where he's only going to be leaving the red. It's almost like a shot. There's nothing you can try and get on the black. But if he leaves the cue ball probably about 6 or 8 inches from the red here, he won't be leaving anything. Well, he's decided to go up for the pink.
Good ball.
These shots are very tough. You're going across the nap of the table, and of course you're under the cushion as well. You've got to be so accurate. If he decides to take the pink, the blue was easier, but if he tries to pot the blue, can't get back up for the reds. He'll only
Ground ball.
well, he's going to try and play a containing shot, protect that lead.
Lyu Haotian, 1.
Didn't play it well enough though.
It's definitely worth playing the double. Well, I'm amazed he's not played the double. Right, he's got a snooker. But I don't think it's going to reap any rewards. I fancy Lyu to drop on this red near the left corner.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the angle. It's a straightforward shot, as you said, Alan. I think the double, he could have played the double and still left the cue ball there at the same time, so he could have played 2 shots in one. Yeah, Marco's had a quick look. He has a red. That's the one he's looking at. That may pop, but the one above it pots into the right centre. He could have a go at as well. It's very tight, that one. But the one at the right centre, you can hold for the black. It's not easy, but definitely when you're 44 points behind, it's worth having a go at this.
Yeah, the trouble about not having any match sharpness, as Marco doesn't, is that you find chances difficult to come by, and then the other trouble is when you do get a chance, it doesn't look good because you've got no confidence. You don't fancy knocking in a difficult red to get started. So unless your opponent leaves you something easy-ish, it's easy to think you're getting frozen out. And of course he is. Points without reply, 357 against a debutant at the Crucible for Marco Fu. You'd never have believed that if someone said it before the match. But that's what we've got right now.
There's the possible escape. He's coming down to just have a look where the cue ball, if he leaves it there, what will he be leaving Marco Fu? Doesn't like it. I think if he goes this way, got more of a chance of leaving a red on. Oh, it's a nice touch. There's always a chance of being able to slip by that red because there's a gap. Well, he judged it nicely, and of course the weight of the ball as well, any harder. Marco Phil's having a look at this red into the right centre. Just saying what would he leave if he misses it. And this is a much more difficult shot than the shot he refused a couple of minutes ago. So, no, doesn't like it. Well, he's missed the red. He's had a quick look to see what he's left as he left this red. If he has, it'd be no, judged it okay.
As quietly as you can, please.
And there's the difference between the two players. Lyu Haotian left with a difficult opening red, kind of timing kind of shot, and he knocks it in. Marco Fu, last couple of efforts have not really been close, have they?
No, that was a very well worked out shot. You see where he's left the cue ball. He had a bit of safety in mind, but cued it in superbly well. And now the frame is there. And it could be another frame on the board for this young Chinese player.
6.
That was a great shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, more impressive the way he just stroked it and he didn't overhit it. And he played it with control. Nice to see that from young players.
7.
It's all right having power and potting ability and scoring ability, but you need the guile, you need the touch, and he's definitely got that, young Lyu. There's the red again. So he didn't overhit it, Ken, did he?
No, just stroked it in. And whereas Marco Fu in the previous frame tried to play a deep screw instead of just trying to stroke it in, just like he. And that's the difference between
15.
the two players. Lyu was taking his chance, but he's going all out for them. He's a lot more confidence, as you can see. And as you mentioned a few times, the match sharpness from Marco is just not there. Mind you, remember a few years ago, Ronnie O'Sullivan took a whole year out without playing a competitive match, won the World Championship here, and then came back and won it the following year. But when you have eye problems like Marco's had, like, it's always, the game is hard enough.
23.
I'm sure. Hopefully they, as I said, prepare themselves and they'll be back to full health and fitness for the new season. He's going to have to find something from all his experiences if he's going to try and make this match go anyway close, Alan.
Yeah, touching on the Ronnie having a year out, I mean, you're right in what you say. The only
Lyu Haotian, 30.
difference, Ronnie, plenty of practice time. Marco's not been able to, but anyway, he's lost another frame. And he now trails Lyu Haotian 8 frames to 3.
Yeah, let's have a look at that long red and just the way he played it, Alan. He just like stroked it in, didn't he? But also, I'm very impressed with, you know, there's a lot of thought went into this because watch where the cue ball finishes.
Yeah, and the point you make about the previous frame, when, or was it, sorry, earlier on tonight with Marco with a long straight red trying to play a deep screw, almost you could sense the tension on the shot with Marco Fu, where the youngster, not a bit of it, he just stroked it in. definitely the difference between the two players, no doubt about it. It's one thing being a fighter, and Marco Fu is that, but you know, obviously you can't really tell how he's feeling, but if he feels that he doesn't have the wherewithal to come back and win the match, then where do you go? You know, he knows he's playing a guy in tip-top form, won 3 matches last week to be here.
Marco Fu to break.
Makes it all the more difficult.
So, Marco Fu breaks off. It's frame 12. Really, you feel he has to win these 2 before the mid-session interval to give himself any sort of a chance. That's very tight, isn't it? I'm not quite sure where he has enough. Only he will know. That camera angle. He's coming down to have a look to if he does take the pot on. No. Playing another shot now.
Close to the yellow to the cue ball there. He's just trying to cover the left side. He's made a good job of it. I think he's covered it. Maybe not. In actual fact he has. So Lyu Haotian, if he's playing the white up and down here, the double kiss looks very close. No, I managed to avoid it. No, he's not flicked one, has he? Surely not.
One.
Well, as if things are going bad enough for Marco Fu. That's 2 balls he's after fluking in these opening exchanges this session.
Yeah, here it is again. Full ball in the second red and then dead weight. As Ken said it in the last frame, and he got a half ball kiss to land on the green, similar this time in the brown.
He's played that nicely. And that was judged to perfection.
Fine.
Lovely controlled positional shot. Right bang in amongst the balls again.
Six.
Played for a possibility of 2 reds there. The one directly above the black
13.
pots as well. So. Doesn't want to be straight on this black. But if he is, he can take the 2 loose reds above the black into the left centre. He is straight enough.
One
good pot here into the left centre with this red, stay in the black. No, not this time.
Lyu Haotian 21.
Yeah, as again, it was always far jaw. Once again, Marco Fu comes to the table. Nothing doing. Yeah, Marco Fu has not potted a ball in live play in this match. There you see it for an hour and 4 minutes.
That's an incredible statistic, isn't it? It's hard to believe.
He's got a problem here, is Lyu. He plays the red ultra thin. It's liable to go over the right corner, so that's no good. He catches it thick by playing the red into the black. There's a chance he could leave the red that's near left middle. He's tried to play it thin, and he's left this red on. So the first half chance really for Marco Fu for some time now. And he gets something going. The only good thing about it, he can certainly find a little gap between black and cluster for blue or black colour, but all about the pot, I think position's almost guaranteed. Building himself up.
From the crowd, acknowledging his first pot for over an hour. Now, what can he do here? He's got plenty of choices. On top of his game, he's one of the best heaviest scorers in the game. He's had a 1-4-7 4 times. 471 career centuries, so that's up there with the best.
Thank you. 5.
He's okay. Didn't expect the kiss on the yellow, but now, will he play on a loose red or will he try and develop some reds?
Nine.
I was actually having a look there to see if the pink would spot on its own spot.
10.
I don't think that's good enough. I think it's the wrong angle on the pink, and I'm not quite sure why he didn't just try and play on the black there.
Yeah, Kenny looks the wrong side of straight, doesn't he? He's going away from the reds. He's going to be on one, but it's going to be mid-distance now, and not guaranteed position. Not quite mid-distance, but I say the way he's been feeling, he went 407 points without replying in over an hour, as Kenny said. So a little tester here, and surely the pink doesn't spot.
16.
Well, he's not on the red. The shake of the head tells us that. And that's why I'm not quite sure whether he didn't try and get on the black from that red with the rest. Much easier. So, end of break. That's a miscalculation.
never rains, but it pours.
Okay.
He's left the gap.
Fu, 16.
Well, he looks almost straight on this red, but he certainly can come off the cushion. Well, he's digging down on the cue ball. You've got to be careful.
What? Oh, what a shot he's played out.
Not quite sure that's the way you actually played it, to be honest, but he certainly settled for it.
I am sure. He didn't. But as you're right, Lizzie, he'll take it. But, you know, it was still a good pot. The way he was playing it, it was actually missable.
Whether he played it or not, he certainly pretended he played it, didn't he?
Yeah, there was no apology position-wise.
How is he on this red here? He could have hit that black with a lot more pace, and because he hit it softer, it's very, very close. Whether he's on this or not.
Yeah, it's the red that's in front of the cue ball's the one that's causing a problem. He can't get down and actually see for sure whether he can get through to this red.
9.
Yeah, that's not too bad actually. He obviously had to bend it. But black in or over, playing for the loose red. Probably, if he misses it, it'll cover the pocket, so there's not an awful lot of pressure on this. Well, he's missed it,
9.
but he's cannoned the pack as well, so Marco Fu, he's got to have some sort of chance. Red to middle, red to far corner. There's the black again, and he missed it by quite some way, didn't he? He's not quite in the last chance saloon yet, Marco Fu, but he's got to start making things happen.
One. Eight. $14. 15.
Goes 1 point in the lead. He's going to need those 2 reds that are close to the right-hand side cushion.
Is it worth playing the cannon this time, Ken? I don't know if he's got enough angle on the red.
22.
He's playing it.
Well, he's played
23.
that nicely. Yeah. Played it nicely, didn't he?
Yeah, clever shot. You're going to have to play it in a shot or two further down the line, so might as well. Yeah, here it is again. big target.
28.
A decent result, but still got to deal with the two difficult reds now.
29.
Wanted to be straighter on this black, but we still got the pink into the right centre and get down close to this red behind the black. Needs a bounce.
Yeah,
35.
Tough red, this isn't the way he's got to play it. Play it with some pace. Yeah, good shot.
36.
Very good. And he looks to have a nice angle. Maybe shift this red and you catch it full ball. Just too low in the black now. Big pressure shot coming
43.
up. Score 29 in front, so doesn't really want to be a hero, but if he plays the red slowly and misses it, it's liable to stick there, isn't it? So, well, how does he play this?
He's got to give it a chance to get in the pocket. Just soft screw, maybe just for the blue. Yeah, good shot. Good shot. Well, it means we're definitely going to have an interval, and it's a big frame for Marco Phil. If he can somehow win the next frame, we're still
49.
in with a glimmer of a hope in this match.
Marco Fu, 49, and the frame.
Well, Marco Phil was walking around. He thought the yellow was already in the pocket. So he gets the frame on the board.
But it's still Lyu Haotian who leads by 8 frames to 4.
This is referee Ben Williams. He's taking care of the re-racking the reds. Marco Fu has given himself some hope in this match, and a big frame coming up in a minute or so's time. If he can close to 8-5, well, maybe not right back in it, but still in it.
Yeah, as long as you keep your opponent at 8, requiring 2, you've always got that chance.
Thank you, frame 13.
As we said, Lyu Haotian was 9-5 down in one of his qualifying matches. So he breaks off last frame before the mid-session interval. What sort of confidence will that last break by Marco Phil give him?
Yeah, Marco thought that was in. Hit it well. He was on the walk, actually. He was on the move. I think he thought it was in the minute he struck it. Fortunately for him, he just about gotten away with it. Surely he's not taking this red on. No, screwing into bulk. But as we said, in between frames, Marco Fu, he's not out of this, not by a long shot. that many matches from 8-3 behind, but it does happen. As Kenny says, it, as long as Lyu still needs 2 frames, you feel like you're still right in this match.
Nice spotted a plant here. Oh, he hit the wrong red. Completely hit the wrong red there. Potted the red into the corner pocket, try and stun between the black and the red, the gap.
1.
Didn't get the, he sort of played it with top, didn't get any stun into it at all, and didn't widen the angle.
Yeah, it was almost a D-cell, wasn't it? He didn't get through it, as you say. Yeah.
Lyu Haotian, 1.
They won't be playing, I don't think, the red along the cushion, but can he get through to the other one, the cutback? Yeah, it appears he can. The good thing about playing this shot, he can play this with a bit of pace where the black is. There's no in off in the yellow pocket. Yeah, you see, that's why he's played it with pace. Good shot, that Marco Fu.
Has he found a gap? I think he has. Just about on this red.
9.
Those 3 reds directly above the
16.
black, nicely lined up. They all pot into
70.
this bottom left-hand corner pocket. So stun the black end just up past the red directly above the black. Under normal circumstances, you'd feel that Marco would win the frame from this position, but
24.
you're 8-4 down. It's a little bit different.
25.
Play that kind of nicely on the 2 reds again.
32. 33.
It's obviously important that Marco tries to win the frame at this visit, but it's also important
41.
that he lets his young opponent know that he's still in this. On debut at the Crucible against one of the best players in the game, you don't want to let the youngster win tamely. You want to at least put up a fight, make him win it, make him win the match. And this is great character from Marco Fu. Always had a fantastic temperament, and he's shown why. He's definitely still struggling, but he's capable of managing his game well
49.
enough to get the job done.
Just a couple more reds and colours now required. Sure, he can just drop the blue in and pass the two reds that are close together. Have one of those into the left centre once more. Oh, didn't want that little kiss, and there you see a little grimace from
62.
Marco Fu. It just that made it slightly awkward. So it is missable, this. You've got to be really still on the shot. Oh, well played.
Yeah, well done. Fully committed to it.
Didn't try and play it with an element of safety, just dropped it in, and now blue will put him 67 ahead with 67 remaining.
Yeah, as I said, the key thing is now that Lyu goes into the interval, he's
68.
got 15 minutes to think about this, because he's going to come back out realising that he still has a match to win.
And Marco Fu,
He's just starting to show little signs that he's starting to find a little bit of form. Better late than never. Already made a nice 102 in yesterday's opening session. It'd be nice to see him make 100.
hey, what a shot.
85.
Knowing Marco Fu as I do, I think he'll be in the practice room with his coach in this mid-session interval just to keep the blood flowing. He's finding some form out there.
92.
Can he keep it going?
93.
Well done, Marco Fu. He had to respond, his back was to the wall, and he's done so.
100. 101.
Yeah, this has been an excellent break. As you said, showed a lot of character here. Certainly, his tea will taste sweeter at the interval.
106.
He still have a tall order, of course.
108.
He's got to win 5 of the next possible 6 frames for a place in the second round, but as they always say, every great
111.
journey begins with a single step, and he's taken a couple of steps in these last couple of frames. Good character.
115.
He'll still be pleased. He's 8-5 up. That's what he would have wanted coming into this match tonight. Sharing the first 4 frames and keep the
120.
distance between himself and his opponent. Been good stuff, fella.
120 on the frame.
It was just the pink, Marco, but a wonderful 120 break.
puts another frame on the board. Will the comeback continue? We'll find out after the break. Marco Fu 5, Lyu Haotian 8.
Marco Fu to break.
So then, can Marco Fu continue the comeback? He was 8-3 behind, remember. Winning the last 2 frames before the mid-session interval. Breaks a 49 and that sparkling 120. He's gotten right back in this match. Trying to stay positive. Lyu Haotian. Tricky Brown. Yeah, that was not easy at all.
Lyu Haotian.
Marco Fu sprung out of his chair there. Yeah, tough pot that. Maybe on the red here, Marco, but how does he get on a colour? He's risking a little cannon in the 2 reds. Oh well, he played the cannon in the black and it could not have worked out. Worse. Oh, he's left an easy starter. Amazing the amount of times you got a shot like that, you're playing a cannon, Ken, isn't it? And you take your eye just a hair off the pot.
Yeah. And what's worse, just look what he's left. He's opened up the black and those 2 reds. Left an easy opportunity. Just when his opponent was starting to show a few signs of nerves. Give him a little opportunity like this and he settled him down again.
Eight. 9.
He's got a good angle on the black here. There's a couple of loose reds to go at, but the ideal shot would be into the pack. A lot of screw and trying to split these reds. Oh, that's worked out nicely. It's worked out very nicely indeed. He's on the bottom red.
60.
Lots of noise coming from the table, and that's one of the things that you have to cope with here at the World Championship. He's on the red, but not straight enough as he would have liked. He's got to be careful here.
25.
Yeah, played that well. He's got another tricky shot to negotiate here.
32.
Yeah, well played. Thin cut back. He was going to leave a mid-distance red. This is normally where the young players excel. Yeah.
33.
Straight in. Not showing any signs of nerves just yet as the winning line is getting ever closer.
$40. $41.
He's taken these quite well, hasn't he? He's back in position. He's pulled out a couple of good pots. And the way the reds are lined up, doesn't have to play any more cannons, doesn't have to develop any more reds. Just concentrate and keeping a good cue ball.
48. $49.
Again, he can come up in that straight line, just try and miss the pink and red. And he'll have a choice of reds. Does want to kiss on the pink. Yeah, perfect. This is impressive stuff, isn't it, Alan? I mean,
56.
Looked like he was getting a little bit twitchy, a little bit nervous, but he's holding himself together very well now.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, as I was saying before that session interval, he'd have plenty to think about. Nursing an 8-5 lead. Debut here at the Crucible. It's a new experience for him.
$64. $65.
Yeah, so this black should see him one frame from victory.
$72. $73.
Yeah, so it's confirmed. He's going to be 9-5 in front, Lyu Haotian, and the winner of this match will play the winner of Barry Hawkins and Stuart Carrington, who set out in their best of 19 first round match tomorrow.
$79.
Doesn't matter about the red.
79 on the front.
The 79 break, which Lyu Haotian, one frame from victory, leads 9 frames to 5.
Well, I'm sure the play is stopped on the other table, so the screen will come up and the two boys will have this wonderful Crucible Theatre all to themselves. And a good portion of the crowd has waited from the other side to watch the end of this match. Let's have a look at that red that Marco missed, Alan. It was right at the beginning of the frame. And he's trying to, as you said, he's trying to force the black out, isn't he?
Yeah, he's playing a bit of a speculative cannon, but he just took half an eye off the pot and he sat down for the rest of the frame. Just on the screen coming up, Ken, I'm not sure if they still do raise the partition sometimes in the middle of a frame. They certainly used to.
Yeah, I think if there's a stop and play and, you know, if they're waiting long enough on the other side, yeah, why not? But it really sort of comes into its own when it's all you. There's no noise on the other table. The focus is just on your table, and there's the view from the back of the theatre. It's beautiful. And particularly when it gets down to the one table event, you know, semi-finals,
Thank you,
Alan,
frame
you've
15.
played in a few of those.
Lyu
And it's
Haotian Snooker.
fantastic, the atmosphere here.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's now a different feel. There's no sort of hum or hubbub from the other table. The other side of the arena, it's now super quiet out there. It's a nice shot of the Crucible, isn't it? From the back of the arena.
Great opening red. Surely he'll take the yellow one into the right centre, particularly after a great pot like that.
Yeah, you almost feel like you're entitled to go for it, aren't you? It's almost a waste of probably the best shot he's played in the match if he doesn't try and press on. But no. Has he gotten away with it though? I think he has. You feel a wee bit aggrieved, don't you? You know, you pot a red like that, you think you're entitled to be nice on a colour. That was nasty, that yellow.
Good safety shot now. He's made sure of clearing the pathway down the left hand side of the table, using the brown and of course the blue as blockers.
Yeah, not under any pressure here, Marco. Just leave this cue ball down the right corner. He didn't hit that properly, but he's gotten away with it. He tried to send the red straight up and down. He hit it. He hit the actual shot straight on. Get the cue ball as close as he can here to the baulk cushion. There's no double kiss on. Yeah, played it well.
Little tap on the table from Marco, just acknowledging a good shot. He's got to be very precise with this safety shot. He's got a good connection on the red. Looks like he's covered it as well. It's an excellent shot. Very nicely played. Great weight of cue ball. Now we're going to need another similar shot from Lyu Haotian. He's got to be careful he doesn't knock this red towards the bottom left hand corner pocket. Cover the red that's closest. Is there another red below the pink? Is that on? It doesn't look like it. No.
There's one of those shots that by Lyu, wasn't it? Let's call it a good bad one. Completely mishit it. I don't think he's left Marco an easy chance to play an aggressive safety shot. Perhaps he can just pass the yellow here. So cue ball in the up behind the green. Much too hard. The Blues come to his rescue. Yeah, see, can't quite get through it. The one to the right of it looks like it goes though, so probably playing this with a bit of check. Take the cue ball straight back up the table. Shot to nothing.
One.
In the end, he actually went plain ball, didn't he? He actually went full-blooded. Every credit to him. The Blues, not a nice shot. Green and brown, not a lot of future in. But you know he wants to take on something.
Yeah, he may just try and take the brown, or well, he's going for the blue. He's got to try and avoid the red that's closest to this bottom left-hand corner pocket.
Well, he's got the kiss on the red, but it's not too bad.
6.
Good pot. He's looking at the red below the pink, but I think this red into the bottom right-hand corner pocket would be better for him. Well, he's going against it. It's a more difficult pot that into the right centre. This is a better choice. It's there. Now, great opportunity. This has been a very impressive performance so far from this young
14.
player from China. A lot of players over the years, and we've seen a lot of them come to the Crucible, you know, the first time and can totally freeze, you know, just the surroundings so much different than other tournaments. But this young man has really relished every bit of it. Very impressive.
$15.
Where's the pink on? He's having a look. Don't think so. No. So he's going to need another good pot to keep this break going.
Yeah, there's a lot of good players who've played at the Crucible a few times down the years and never won a match here. That's how difficult it can be, because that's the reason you're going to play a seed as a qualifier.
Ooh, struggled in, but was there.
Just can't
19.
quite get absolute plumb position just yet. He's just one good shot away from making this a match-winning chance.
He keeps pulling out some good pots though, doesn't he? I'm not facing him. There's his pot success rate, 91%, 85% for Marco. He really wanted in the mid to high 90s.
This is a good shot to play across the table twice for blue or ball colour. This makes the pot easier.
20.
Good choice, that.
He's going to come around, have a look at the pink and the red, just below the pink spot. I'm sure that pots. He can. Also, he's got this red down the bottom right-hand corner pocket as well, so he's got a few choices. He's perfect on the one on the pink spot.
23.
He can stun down for the black, he can hold for the pink, or he can even hold for the yellow here. Wants to get the yellow out of the way, back up onto its own spot. He's not showing it, Alan, but I'm sure his heart is racing at the moment because he knows how close he is for a place in the last 16 of this wonderful championship.
Yeah, you would like to you'd like to think his heart's racing. I know mine was in debut, as all the players are. He'll be excited, there's no doubt about it. He just wants to be absolutely sure of the way he goes about this. And, it looks easy, but you only win your first match at the Crucible once. Oh dear, dear.
Right, Jan, 26. Yeah.
Must have been a kick, surely.
Well, it certainly straightened up, didn't it? And of course, with the cue ball being clean, looked like it just straightened.
One. Thank you.
Now, what has Marco Fu got left in the tank?
Seven. Eight.
Wanted an angle on the black to go into the three reds below the pink, and he doesn't have it. He's overrun the cue ball. That's a poor shot. Too straight on this.
15.
Can't get the cue ball away from the cushion here.
16.
So there's going to be a bit of pressure on this black. This is not easy.
Yeah, well done, Marco Fu. Excellent shot in the black as we see the match time just trickle past 4 hours.
23.
The one thing you know that Marco Fu will be here, he'll be relaxed because this is almost last chance saloon stuff. His back's to the wall. He'll actually be feeling quite relaxed right now. Almost a situation at 9-5 behind, but mentally the match is half gone, so you tend to relax for at least a
24.
couple of frames until you get back to potentially 9-7 before you start thinking, well, maybe, just maybe, I could still win. But again, he's landed a bit straight in this black. How does he get on the next red? Forcing on and off the cushion. He's played it with side, and well played. Don't want to be too straight.
31.
Yeah, too much side. He's too straight on this red. He's going to have to run it in with a lot of top spinning. Well, he's going to screw back maybe. If he screws back, it makes the pot much more difficult because you've got to hit it with more pace. It's always missable when 31. You screw. If you played it like just playing top spin, it made the shot a lot easier.
Yeah, good call, Ken. And anyone thinks these pockets are big, just look at that shot.
One.
Good pot, but not on the colour nice. Well, he's come down to play to leave the double here. So this is a bit expansive.
4.
Play the double. He will be on the black. He'll have a nice angle as well, you would feel. Is it worth having a go? I think it is.
Yeah, I think so too, Ken. It's one of those, isn't it? A little soft screw off a couple of cushions for a low black.
Great shot. And he's got the angle. Very well worked out there.
Played it perfectly. He's got a nice angle.
Yeah, and now the winning line has almost presented itself. Can he get over the line? Not this time, I don't think.
Oh no. He may be okay. Oh no. Body language. You always look at the body language. It's not good. Well, would he chance it with a little bit of side?
Yeah, the only thing looking at it, it looks like he's bound to cannon the black. He's trying to screw it in with side though. Oh, well played.
13.
Very well played. He just put check on that just to square up the pot now. 7 in front. 14. 2 reds, 2 high value colours. And he'll be in the next round. The last
20.
16 of the Betfred World Championship.
21.
Yeah, what a great shot on that double. Played a tough green to get down, played it perfectly. But the double was definitely the shot of this break.
$28.
Put the red, put the cue ball anywhere between blue and ball colours. He's just having a look. Anywhere in the middle of the table, just between blue and the ball colours, and he should be okay. He's taking his time. It's a very impressive performance.
29.
Absolutely perfect. And for someone who's come here for the first time, Alan, this is really great stuff.
34.
Yeah, sure is. He's finishing in fine style. A nice 79 break in the last, but yeah, that going back to that double. That's just set him up to the finishing touches to this match,
36.
and he's just about there now.
Yeah. And I'm sure Marco is the gentleman that he is and a great ambassador. We'll wish him all the best as well for the next round. It's not to be for Marco this year, and hopefully
39.
with his health and his eye problems, he'll be back again next year, no doubt.
43. 48. 54.
Yeah, finishing in style. A great performance by Lyu Haotian. A warm handshake from the gentleman, Marco Fu. And it'll be Lyu Haotian who we see in the last 16. He prevails over Marco Fu by 10 frames to 5. Well done, young man.